IB Business and Management 1.3 Organizational Objectives by Andrea Ferreiros. Unit 1.3 Learning Objectives Part 1. The business's intention is to create a profit. They need to know what they want to do and how they want to do it to attract and keep their customers. This is why all businesses must have an aim and objectives that identify what they wish to achieve. What is an aim? An aim is a long-term intention, starting point for setting objectives, and it is usually qualitative. For example, when it comes to a private sector, they aim to make a profit to survive. They are usually owned by private individuals or small groups. On the other hand, public sector organizations are not always and necessarily aiming to make a profit. They make most of their money from funds that are attained through taxes. What is an objective? It is based on the aims. It is more specific, including timeframes. It is measurable, as it usually has quantitative elements. And it is also a form of basis of action or strategy. Setting objectives will help you to achieve your aims. Many set SMART objectives, such as being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. Objectives are what help an organization to measure its performance and to make sure that it is achieving its aims. An example of a SMART goal would be aim, make a profit, objective, increase sales by 15% in the next year. As I mentioned before, one of the main goals businesses try to achieve is profit in order to be able to benefit and donate and help the society. An example of an aim would be to help the society. The objective would be to support a public school. These are some of the business objectives of a private sector. This illustrates the market power, the brand loyalty, the consumer satisfaction, the turnover, the social issues, the market share, long-term survival, environment, profit, global power, brand recognition, reputation and image, share price, satisfying, ethical issues, efficiency, personal satisfaction, and together they form a fortune. We will now investigate more examples of a public sector that include affordability, quality, equity, and access. The question is, why are objectives so important for business? Objectives are important for business in order to facilitate decision-making and strategy, unify and motivate employees, measure and control performance, and communicate with shareholders. Now that we know the importance of objectives for businesses, we can ask ourselves how they can be accomplished by this. Unit 1.3 Learning Objectives Part 2. Aims are long-term intentions, starting points for setting objectives, and usually qualitative. Mission statement details the aims and values, broadly states the underlying purpose, guides individual behavior, and informs investors of aims and visions. The vision statement is similar to mission but tends to be more long-term. Unit 1.3 Learning Objectives Part 3. An aim is what an organization wants. An objective is what an organization needs to achieve in order to get what they want. Strategy are the actions that facilitate an organization to meet its objective, and tactics are short-term actions that help achieve your strategy. In this image, the four factors we have learned previously are related to setting and achieving. To begin with, we have the individual targets. At the bottom of the pyramid, we have the departmental objectives that measure adopted to deal with short-term opportunities or threats. Then we have the divisional objectives, wide-ranging and long-term goals. Moreover, we have the corporate objectives, goals of the whole organization. And finally, we have the aims. On the aims, they remain committed to the interests of our shareholders. In the corporate objectives, they increase profits of all divisions by 10% each year. Divisional objectives within one region to increase market share by 10% and cut overheads by 5%. In the departmental objectives, the marketing increases profits by 10%, reducing long-term borrowing by 5%, and develop one innovative product each year. In the individual market, They increase sales by an average of 5% per client, and they introduce 5 more clients to the business each year. These are the sources. Thank you for watching this video.